What's up, you guys? Welcome to a brand new episode of Real Debates Season 2. I am so glad that you guys came back to watch this show. Last year in 2020, we did 10 episodes of Season 1, which received really well. That we wanted to start real debates back off in Season 2 in the brand new year, and I couldn't do this show without not last week's guest, but last year's guest, Mr. John Knight, who came by and whooped my ass. You know, he beat me, but that's okay. We still got more episodes to come for that, and also I have Ian back as well on the show debating John Knight. So I want to ask you guys, how are you guys doing today?
I'm doing good, man. I feel like Coulson's death was definitely better than Iron Man, for sure. I'm just kidding. That was in 2020. This is 2021. A lot of new things happening this year. I'm so happy. Hopefully, I'm alive.
Yes, and if you guys don't know, this is pre-recorded. But John Knight, how are you doing today? The guy who tried to sell us on Iron Man's death. How are you doing?
Right. Thankfully alive. And well, it's been awesome, man. And I had such a blast last time. And thank you for bringing me back to hopefully put some more boots to asses because, it was warranted. And I have to continue my track record of whooping ass. So we'll see.
Those boots might work in New York. They're not happening here in Tampa, bro.
We shall see. We shall see. They're inclement to any weather. All right.
But okay. I mean, yeah. Hey, listen. I can't wait to see this match because this match is a very interesting match, and what we wanted to do with Real Debates is diversify our topics, not just stick to the bare things that we know. So today we're doing biopics, and Ian will be repping Straight Outta Compton, and John Knight will be repping The Greatest Showman. Two great films. Both films, I believe, have been considered for Oscars. I'm not too sure. Please fact check me in the comment section below. And I can't wait to see where this is going to go because I have polarizing opinions about both films, but I do love both films. Now, in this match, let's break down the rules. In this match, there are 3 rounds. In the first round, each contestant will be giving their introductions to the movies that they're debating. They're going to tell us why they chose the movie and why they're going with this movie. In the second round, it's going to be my favorite round, the battle round. They're going to go at each other on why their movie is better than the other and draw underlying contradictions in both of their movies as well. And then the last round is the final statements. Final statements, they let us know what they want to do with their film in terms of wrapping it up or continue attacking. Each round is 2 minutes apart. Now, I usually start it off by picking a number between 1 and 10, but this time we're going to do 1 and 25. So John Knight was the last person to win. So John, you go first. What was your pick between 1 and 25?
Let me do 18.
18, okay. Ian, 1 and 1 to 25.
9.
Okay, so the number was 15. So John Knight is closer by 3. So would you like to go first or second?
I'm going to defer.
Oh, okay. I see what you're doing there. Okay, so Ian will be going first in this round. Now,
Get my notes ready.
This is the
big words there, John Knight.
Damn straight. Damn straight. Valedictorian of nowhere.
All right. See, I love this. They're already fired up. Now, Ian, you have 2 minutes to introduce us to your film, Straight Outta Compton. Your 2 minutes, sir, starts now.
Straight out of controversy. Crazy motherfucking name, Ian Elliott Carter, from the gang called Neighbors with Attitude. That's right. I'm talking about Straight Outta Compton, the classic biopic starring about Eazy-E, everybody in MWA, Eazy-E, Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, DJ Yella, MC Ren, all those. I love this movie so much because not only was it very entertaining, accurate depictions from some of the artists themselves, And it was just, as a fan of hip hop, this is one of the most pioneered groups of all time. And it told a great story. And not to give too much of my bias, because I love Tupac, but that Tupac movie was trash. So they had a great director that directed this, a great cohesive story from the beginning to the fallouts to where they are now. And I just thought they told it really good for especially people that are not fans of hip hop, that don't understand the culture like we do. This is a reflection of what they've seen in their neighborhood, and they're telling it like CNN. So a lot of the people didn't know much about police brutality, didn't know a lot about some of the gangster rap that happened, and a lot of gangster rap in general was just newish at that time. So I feel like this was a great group to bring to middle America what Black people are going through in some of these hoods, and to know that this is an art form that's here to stay, and it was switching up a little bit at the time. So I love this story, and not just because I'm big fans of these artists and their records, just because it's a very important story to be told for people that don't know much about this culture, and I think they told it very well. F. Gary Gray, amazing storyteller. Got to know a little bit more about Easy, Ren, Cube, Yella, and Dr. Dre, of course, some of the big pioneers of of our culture, especially Dr. Dre, who is on top of the world at the moment. So that's why I picked it, because I feel like this is a biopic that people needed to see, especially it might make people uncomfortable because they're not used to seeing the things that we might see.
2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Great introduction round. I love how you brought up the fact that this is basically the origin story of the most dangerous hip hop group in the world, but also we got to see Ice Cube, Eazy-E, Dre, Yella, everyone. Their stories being told. So I love how you broke that down and put that all together. Mr. John Knight now has the same 2 minutes to introduce his film, The Greatest Showman. So your 2 minutes, sir, starts now.
So I picked The Greatest Showman. It definitely was a battle, but this one came on top. It's definitely something more personal to me. It is a fantastic and amazing and absolutely just joyful and hopeful film. It inspires you. It moves you. It tells you about a life during a period that didn't have any of those things I used to describe the movie. It's something that was more dreary, more, dire, more not so inclusive at a time when it comes to race, when it comes to being different, to being an outsider. This is a film that makes you generally feel it's okay to be different, to chase your dreams, to be and do what it is that you want to do in life. And it's something that's very relatable to everyday people, because we have our struggles, we have our aspirations, we have things that keep us down. We experience hate, we experience injustices. This film takes all of that, but wraps it up in such a way that is just inviting, and it takes you on a journey. The music is absolutely phenomenal. It is historically proven in terms of its impact in music in the industry. It is absolutely phenomenal, with an amazing performance by Hugh Jackman. It has standout moments, standout cast. It's heartfelt in its message. It's real in its message, and it completely tells you what it is. Just go for it. Just do what you want to in life. Don't care what anybody has to say. Break the barriers and just create your own. Create your own. Be you. No matter what the world tells you, no matter what people do to you. And that's what makes this movie so amazing. Shows what this man has personally created and what we love today in terms of the circus. It left its stamp in history. We all know what Barnum, we all know, we all love what we've seen, all the acrobats, the animals, the stunts, everything.
That's your 2 minutes. That's your 2 minutes. Great introduction round for both competitors. John Knight did an amazing job introducing his film as well, especially the fact that, what he drew a great parallel of the outsiders coming together and creating their own thing. When you watch The Greatest Showman, which is an interesting point that you touched on, each individual character is completely different from one another, and that's what makes it such a unison movie. Although it is a musical, it's more of a story from different people from different worlds uniting as one. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was actually a really good point in parallel that he tried to put together. Now, you guys, we are definitely going into our battle round. Now, in the first round, We started with Ian. Second round, we're going to start with John Knight. Now, John Knight, now's your chance to go after Straight Outta Compton and just make it and make your case. Really make your case for why your movie is better than Straight Outta Compton, and also draw whatever parallels you can to make us see why Straight Outta Compton is not that great of a film. You're 2
Careful
minutes.
what you say too, because I got some real motherfucking G's on my side.
Yeah. Okay. Are those lower cases? That what's going on?
Oh, okay.
Got you.
Your 2 minutes.
You play with those Compton G's if you want. Go ahead.
Your 2 minutes starts now.
Okay. First of all, I have to remember Straight Outta Compton, so we'll have to start there. I guess that says something within itself. Sure. It's a good movie. It tells the stories of iconic rappers. Cool. What else is new? Tell me something new, please. We've seen it done already 1,000,000 times, 1,000 times. Like I said, I can't even remember it. Did it win or get nominated for any Oscars? I have no idea. I don't remember. Again, it's the same cliched story. It's the same run-of-the-mill setup. We got motherfuckers from the hood coming up, got it, they made it. Guess what? They fuck bitches, make money. They was into rap. Somebody saw them. Cool. All right. Nothing new. They're telling us about something that we saw, was going on in the community at the time. Guess what? We had several movies around that did it already.
You cannot come down here and harass these guys because they're black.
What's the difference? You want to tell about the inner struggle, what's going on in the hood? Yeah, we had Rodney King at the same time. We had all kinds of things where rap was literally coming up. Sure, we'll have that. But we had movies that have done that before. We've seen the story. There was nothing unique about Straight Outta Compton. It was, directorially great and executed, sure, by F. Gary Gray. But it was nothing original. We have the same setup, the same beats, the same story. Only thing that was kind of had the glue to it was, what's his name? Jason Mitchell, who played Eazy-E?
Yeah.
What the fuck is so funny?
Nothing. E. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
That was your centerpiece. Outside of him, could give two shits in a handbasket. That was it. He was the only one that kind of held that film together or had a point that I actually cared about. Everything else is just rap. We're on our way. Here's some drugs. Here's some woman in our hotel. Here's some stories. Yeah, we got beef. You screwed me. Okay, cool. Same beats. There's nothing different. So I really don't see anything that really stands out from this film other than just getting your son to play you. Big whoop.
Okay, 2 minutes. Ian, by the way, well, before I address Ian, the reason why I was laughing the whole time John Knight was talking, this is Ian. I should probably do a close-up of that. But Ian, I want to say this. John Knight actually made a really good point. When you look at biopics,
don't say it, Alex, because I'm going to shut it down. But go ahead.
I'm just saying, when you look at biopics in terms of addressing narratives, aside from telling the story of the actual people, police brutality is definitely a huge thing in a lot of biopics. You saw it in Ali, you saw it in Notorious, you saw it in a lot of other movies. He is right. He is right in saying that, okay, it's about a group of rappers who rap, get discovered, and fuck bitches. I mean, that's
the story. Okay, we're going with that. Keep it going.
But I'm just saying those are points. I want to point out to the viewers.
He makes a great point about that.
John Knight has not won this round. I'm just pointing out he made up some great points that I see where he's coming from. I don't 100% always agree, but I do see where he's coming from. Now, Ian, now's your time to respond to everything that he just said. Okay, your 2 minutes starts now.
Oh my goodness! So his review of the movie sounded like a Karen that didn't understand hip hop or anything like that.
The internet. This man and his Doberman just attacked me and my Chihuahua.
Oh, they're fucking bitches are getting money. Oh, there's no depth to this story. Oh my God. Oh, come on. Get your mind out there and listen to the people when they talk and watch it act. You say that, it was a very forgettable movie. Let me tell you something. Whenever I told my girlfriend what I was arguing, she said, really? That's what he picked? I really honestly have no thrilled to rewatch that. We both rewatched Straight Outta Compton multiple times. I definitely agree with her saying that your movie is not the most rewatchable. You talked about, oh, did it even win an awards? Did it ever get awards? I pulled up the awards, my good sir. Straight Outta Compton won an NAACP award. It won 2 NAACP awards, a BET award, and an MTV Movie Award. Let's look at yours. Teen Choice Award, Teen Choice Award, Kids Choice Awards, Teen Choice Awards, Teen Choice Awards. Fact check all that. That means yours is a little bit more childish. Damn! And, you know, it just didn't. That's probably why you were attracted to it a little bit more than this grown man over here. You talked about your music being better. Okay. Are you saying that the straight up tree of NWA that started off with Eazy-E, the NWA that moved up to Ice Cube's amazing career, that moved up to the classics from Death Row, that branched out. All this movie, I'm not just saying this as a history lesson, was in the movie. You're saying your music was better than my music in our movie? Get the fuck out of here, John Knight.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Get the hell out of here. So I can relate a little bit more to these characters because I have had the struggle of a Black experience. And I'm not saying that he has, and not to take away anything from his life. I don't know him like that, but I can relate. And I was glad to see a story that people told, the untold story of what goes on in these hoods.
Get your ass on the ground now. Get on the ground.
Police brutality is a very big subject that we're still going on through 2020, and they shedded light on that when people all over the world before camera phones even knew anything.
2 minutes.
Ooh,
I can't wait.
But he made a good point because it's all about ass shaking and, you know, sorry. I got a little triggered because it sounded like white people were explaining hip hop to me.
Man, Yola, get the fuck out of here, man. Yeah, so we can get this shit
Write
done.
the song, Cube.
Get out of here. Straight Outta Compton.
Can I respond? I'm bubbling right now.
You can respond in the next round. You can respond in the next round. Before we get into the next round, let me just respond to what Ian said. Now, Ian is actually, he is right. He is right that in the points that he made, that it's not necessarily about the points that John Knight made. It's definitely on a deeper level than what it is. I agree with what he said, but also I would also like to point out that comparison that he made between the NAACP awards and other awards, the Teen Choice Awards, is a good point. It really is a good point. I have to give him that. That's a good point. So he made some good points. John Knight made some good points. Now we are in our final round, the final statements round. And last time we started with John. This round we're going to start with Ian. Now, Ian, now's the time to wrap up your points. You can continue attacking, or you can just wrap up your movie as a whole. Your 2 minutes for this round. Sorry, my phone got locked up on me. Why is my calculator open? Like, I use this thing. Okay. Your 2 minutes starts now.
All right, so I'm not going to attack him too much because I think he's already got enough of that. This movie just never excited me. I'm not a fan of the circus. It's an evil organization that abuses animals and people and just puts people out there with talent and just abuses people. It's basically weird slavery. You know, I'm not going to support anything that has anything to do with the circus. I understand he was a little bit of, in the movie, he was portrayed to be a good person. If you fact check a little bit, he was kind of an asshole. But I get a little bit what they were going for in the movie. So I can respect that character of what they've done for other people. But like I said, I'm not a fan of the circus and shit like that because they do abuse animals and stuff. So I'm not for that. My opponent might be though. But that's here no there. I feel like mine brought a little bit more nostalgia. As a fan of hip hop, man, I love going to the timeline of the 80s, 90s, and today and seeing where it all branched out from. You know,
Cruising down the street in my 6'4".
Oh, shit.
These are pioneers in hip hop. Like I said, Dr. Dre brought us, you know, he didn't bring us Tupac, but he signed Tupac. He brought us Eminem. He's brought us 50 Cent. He's brought us the game and stuff like that. And to see where all these people are from right now to where it all started back then, it was great. And the nostalgia aspect, I'm in the theater singing the songs, you know, bitches ain't hoes, but bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. I'm singing all these great things, and I'm seeing Snoop Dogg come up for the first time and stuff like that. You know, as somebody that we all, I think, have seen these come up of these artists, we can all appreciate the great of Straight Outta Compton. And I got teary-eyed when Easy died. And, you know, we knew it was happening. We knew Easy was going to die. But
that you are very, very sick.
I don't even feel that bad, Doc. Don't tell me that.
when they actually did that on screen, that was very heartbreaking, man. You know, to see somebody die, a young man, too, great entrepreneur, just gave us the world, some of the best hip-hop artists of all time, just die of AIDS like that was very sad. You know, it pulled every emotional string. It made me sad, made me laugh, made me happy, made me upset, you know, because of the police brutality, stuff like that. A lot of this stuff right here, and for it to be based on a true story and to be part of our Black culture, I can just do nothing but praise this.
2 minutes. Definitely great wrap up into your film, and also addressing John Knight's film. How you put it all together, definitely some good points. I actually took down some notes on my phone about a few things that you said. So definitely going to save all my final deliberations to the end of the match. John Knight, you now have 2 minutes to wrap up or respond to the things that Ian said in the last round. Your 2 minutes.
Get your managers ready. Karen's ready.
Your 2 minutes starts now.
Oh, that's cute. Trying to be a big boy today. I'm just thinking of McDonald's after. Good job, son. So let's see here.
Got the Kids' Choice Awards for that.
Hey, it's not
That's
your
very
turn,
true.
Ian.
So what's going on is you might want to stick to your day job because your researching sucks, because you definitely forgot the Grammy and the Oscar nomination. But
nomination, not a win, but remember
that's
that,
fine,
Alex.
but yeah,
I was talking about wins.
Yeah, so they should put Grammys to that since they won. Sorry, not a Grammy, a Golden Globe. So you should probably research that. And but yeah, you tried. It's cute. So yeah, you bring up a lot of points of original music, things like that. Yeah, it's cool, but the key word in that is classics. We've heard it already. So you didn't blow my mind with music. It's already there. We got it. My music literally has one of the highest selling records of all time now. And in terms of its speciality right now, which is amazing, so it's leaving its mark and its stamp. So thank you for that. So we're talking about, your little awards, which was cute. BET, nobody gives two shits about NAACP. Cool, you got it. The movie as a whole, again, you want to talk about its message. This is something ran to the ground already. Again, Eazy-E is your only compelling thing. So let's glorify more of our history of violence, our own crime against our own people, our bullshit, how we misogynistic, how we treat the same shit that got us into the fucking hole that we were in to begin with. Let's glorify it in a movie and put it all together. Sure, it was real, but let's put it out there and reward it for it. As in terms of something that, we still go about it today with police corruption, brutality, things like that. Cool. It sprinkled on that, wasn't a heavy hitter. This movie deals with something that, yes, we're still dealing with today as well. Racism. We're still dealing with injustice. We're still dealing with being different and bullying. And it's kind of extended its part to cyber in all type of way. This movie also deals with things that are very relevant today, but not something that's been kind of beaten into our heads and or done better by different movies.
Okay, 2 minutes.
Damn, 2 minutes is so quick.
Dope round from John Knight as well. Man, I got a lot of things that I was just typing down that I want to address real quickly. But I want to say great rounds from both of my contestants. Really dope, exciting match to jump into season 2. But man, I want to thank them for both being on the show. So let's go ahead and jump into the first rounds from both of my competitors. Now, Ian and John I was about to call him Jeremy, but Ian and John did a really good job articulating their introductions to each movie. Now, both movies, you can't compare them because they're definitely different. Sure. Ian did an amazing job laying out the foundation of getting to know each individual character, from Ice Cube to Eazy-E to all the people in NWA. I loved how he brought up the history, and I also love the fact that we're finally get to see a resemblance of what they did when they were coming up as young hip hop artists. So I really loved how he drove that point home. John Knight, I love how he brought brought to the forefront of this was a movie of literally outsiders coming together to put on their own show. Instead of asking someone to do something, they came together differently. And if you watch the movie, which he touches on, you have black, white, gay, there. I think the proper term is to use midget in there. There's plenty of different people uniting together to produce great music, doing what they love, and how he articulated it's not about where you're from, it's about where you guys are going. And I love how you put those things together. Now, I believe both of them had great introduction rounds, so it's really hard for me to decide which one I'm leaning to. So the first round, I'm going to give them a tie because I actually love how both of you guys introduced your movies in the first round. Now let's articulate the second round. Now, I did my Google search with Ian, and Ian was right that it did for the awards that it won.
One.
They did win. Straight Outta Compton did win in the NAACP and BET. The Greatest Showman did win some Teen Choice Awards as well. Also, it was nominated for a Grammy, which is, you do have to take in consideration, it is the Grammy.
Nomination's
also
big.
It is in that regard. It is, but I also have to point out the Greatest Showman. It's on. I'm according to Google, it is the top 10, one of the top 10 Billboard charts in terms of original music. So it did have a large impact. I just want to do some fact checking there before I give my deliberation.
And the Golden Globe win and the Oscar nomination. Yes.
Yeah. I was just about to say it too. And
the soundtrack is doing great. You know, the music that came from mine, though, let's not even go there.
Yeah, heard before.
It can buy yours.
Heard already.
Let's
heard already.
Address,
not original.
The debate is over, guys. Okay? Debate is over. All right. One of y'all, only one can be president. All right. Only one. Okay. But anyway, let's address the second round. So I just want to point out some facts that I did my own research as well. Now, in the first round, battle round, Ian did an amazing job attacking The Greatest Showman because, to be honest with him, and he's right, it's not a good rewatchable film. It's a great film, but rewatchability, not so much. When we're talking on the status of a historic, I guess I'm making a historic point in our society, Straight Outta Compton did a really better job than The Greatest Showman, because although I don't know that much about NWA, I've seen that movie multiple times. I've seen Greatest Showman multiple times too, but not the same amount of times as Straight Outta Compton. He also pointed out that that John Knight's film is not necessarily made for young adults. It is a kids movie. It's a kids movie, but it is made for adults as well. I do agree with Ian that the Straight Outta Compton movie is more of a realistic take of that movie, of what happened in their actual lives. So I don't really necessarily agree that they're glorifying violence. They're just telling a story. But I get the
Karen
point.
would say that.
Yeah, I get the point that John Knight was making. Now let's address
my children.
Right. That's true.
No, I will say this though. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but that is a good point when it comes to the negativity about Straight Outta Compton and hip hop music in general. It does glorify violence and women to an extent. So I don't mean to interrupt you though, but he did make a good point about that. As for me, as someone as black, I do want to make that point that he's absolutely right. We shouldn't glorify any of that.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, we should definitely not glorify any of that as well.
Yeah.
So point to me.
I get
you missed the whole mark about the art though. But go ahead.
I get though the point though. He's trying to make that it is something that has been glorified. Now I'm going to go to John Knight's comments. I agree with John Knight though. The biggest point that he made that I agree with is that although it is an original story about these characters, we have seen this version of a biopic told many times, not just in hip hop, but in other films as well. LA 92 comes to mind. Detroit comes to mind. Ali comes to mind. These are not hip hop movies, but a lot of the same narratives that Straight Outta Compton addresses happens in those movies from a narrative standpoint. Now, obviously, the music and the partying is completely different but he is right that there's a somewhat of a lack of originality when it comes to those things. Also, I did agree with John Knight is that the most memorable person in that movie for the most part is Eazy-E.
I disagree though. I didn't. I'm sorry. I not disagree with your point, but I should have said this as my point. I think Ice Cube's son killed that shit. I wish I did.
I was gonna get into that too. I was gonna say I agree that Eazy-E's character was the most memorable, but O'Shea, I believe that's his name, O'Shea, played Ice Cube,
and I didn't say that. Damn it.
Did a really good job as well.
I touched on it.
Ice Cube. But at the same time, though, I think just from my point of view, after hearing the debates, Eazy-E is the most memorable because we watch him like he wasn't even supposed to rap. It just happened, and then we watched him grow, fall, grow some more, and then die. So I think that he had more of a progression. I also think that though, to John Knight's point, in terms of The Greatest Showman, it is a good movie in terms of original songs. I have to give him that because it is we haven't heard that before. NWA, I mean, I can Google search that and get all of their songs, even the updated versions. I can get it. So when we walked into the NWA movie, we kind of knew what was going to happen versus The Greatest Showman. Now that doesn't mean that John Knight won this round because he lost, but it does mean that. But I have to agree that Ian did a better job articulating in this battle round. Now the final round.
Sir. Well fought.
The final round. John Knight didn't lose the debate. He lost round 2, the battle round. Now we're getting to the fight. We're getting to the final round. Now in the final round, Ian didn't do much attacking. He basically put a bow on his point about how significant the movie was, and that was actually a really good thing that he did because when you look at the story arc of that film, it's a good depiction of all of our characters. And he made a good point about glorifying violence and women twerking and all this other stuff. That's what happened. And I get what John Knight is saying. That's why I made the initial point earlier. I said, I don't know so much if it's glorifying violence. It is, but to remove that element out of that movie, I couldn't call it authentic because that's what happened. That's what happened. But I agreed with what Ian was saying in terms of putting an overall bow on his movie. Now with John Knight's movie, The Greatest Showman, I have to give him what he said. He's right. It's an original movie with original songs, Grammy nominated, Golden Globe, and also it's literally right now in 2020 the top 10 in terms of originality in music. It's now, again, I'm not a huge fan of the film, but I have to give him, based off his debate, the film is actually a good movie in terms of its originality because we've never seen it before. And I did like the response that he made towards Ian, again, readdressing the points that the biopic version of this NWA movie is no different than I can find in a Google search. Like I don't have to watch the NWA movie to get an understanding of NWA, but I have to watch The Greatest Showman to get an understanding of The Greatest Showman because there isn't really, it is based off a biopic, so you can Google it as well. But the movie does a better job articulating that. That being said, and I won't even say it's a hairline margin. I felt like that with the final round, Ian did the best job putting that stamp on Straight Outta Compton. I have to give the win to Ian because he drew it all together along with making some great points. John Knight drew it all together too and making a good
win.
Points. But you make some good points about the originality of the film. But I'm leaning towards the points that Ian made in terms of about the story of Straight Outta Compton, not so much of the how can I put it? I don't want to use that word because that's the wrong word. But I just like how he put together the story of drawing that narrative. I have to give the W to Ian Man, that was an exciting
But we
match.
tied. You know what? This is mutiny.
Yeah.
This is
Just like a
something
Karen. Go
afoot
talk
here.
to the manager about it. Sorry.
This is a mutiny of fit. We
Sorry
from a
you don't
tie to me
understand
to
hip-hop
you.
music,
It is
sir.
a tie. You know what?
I'm so
Yeah, I know it is now from logistically it is a tie. Now normally I would do sudden death.
What are you catering to him for?
But no,
Just let him know I won. He'll be okay.
wait,
Wait a minute, John. Don't accept Karen.
Wait, I'm explaining the rules.
Sir, I
Now,
will cancel your show. I will write a letter. All right, this is some bullshit.
Okay. All right. Now we have another Karen on the show. Okay. Ian started this shit. Now I have another Karen on the show. But no, I ultimately make the final decision of who wins. And granted, they did tie logistically, but Ian still had a better debate. So we're going to give the W to Ian.
Thank God.
But
I've never even seen The Greatest Showman, so I was worried, honestly.
Oh, so you're lying.
Who said I never said I saw it. I said my girl saw it. Rewind that tape.
He did say that. Oh, that will be a reoccurring element on the show. We will rewind the tape of things. So if I were you guys who are on the show, be very careful about what you say. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for starting off season 2. Season 2 was amazing. But I enjoyed this match. This was definitely a very different match than we've done before. John Knight, this week's loser, unfortunately. Where can we find you on social media and YouTube?
It'll be my last loss. So it's just my last loss. So you can find me on YouTube on Knight Entertainment. You can find me on all social media and John Knight 2_. So make sure you go check that out. I have a lot of shit that I post. I have a lot of upcoming events on my YouTube channel. And I'll be back. This is some bull, but I'll be back. Don't you worry.
Awesome.
Make sure you wear that hat too next time, Ian. All right.
Oh, Ian, where can we find you on YouTube and social media?
I don't know what that was, but at least I have a hairline, sir. But anyway,
what's wrong with being bald? Are you baldest?
The debate is over, guys.
It's over. I'm just stating facts here at the debate. And yes, you can find me at youtube.com/thecontroversy, where I do talk dope stuff, hip hop. We talk pop culture. We talk about trending topics. Please join us in a lot of these discussions, man. And I got love for John Knight, man. He was a good opponent. Even if he is a Karen, but I didn't see this movie, and I was like really sweating, like, man, he might hit me with a point that I will never see coming. He did a couple times. So well fought, sir. Well fought.
Thank you.
Amazing debate. You know where to find us here at Momentum Media. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And as always, you have an amazing day.